And we're back.
And we're back. Welcome to the Cavalry, folks.
Welcome to the Cavalry. Johnny Beaner, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going real good. I'm not going to touch the ring light. I just want to say, why am I white and you're like human color?
Well, do you have a filter on your ring light? Is it just white light beating
No, it's
down
got
you?
different buttons. Like if I hit buttons, it'll turn yellow or blue.
Yeah, you want it to be yellow, I think,
All right.
to give you some
Well,
color.
I'm too scared
Otherwise,
to switch it mid-show.
feel like I'm looking at virgin snow over here.
Virgin snow.
You look very dressy, though. Are you going somewhere?
Thank you. It's, you know what? I put a flannel on and then I put now I know my topic last week was nobody needs thermometers,
Yeah.
but I just want to tell you all the scuttlebutt is that it was negative 15 degrees today,
my
15 below. So I am wearing layers. I got long sleeve shirt. I'm wearing long underwear under my jeans.
Wow. Does your house, like, no matter what the heat does, if it gets that cold, it's just cold in the house, right?
It's cold. We have like our back door, you can just feel the cold air coming in through the cracks. I mean, it's terrible. And
No,
we've
it's a
dealt
good
with it
thing.
for 2 winters, and I'm just like, babe, I don't know what you want me to do. I bought weather strips. They don't stay on. That's all I can do. It costs like
Hey,
$10,000 to replace
I
a door.
tried one cheap fix that I did myself, probably poorly. What else do you want me to do? It's unfixable, clearly.
It's unfixable.
I tried one time.
Are you saying we should move, babe? Is that what you want? You want us to move?
No, that's actually a good thing, though. Let me spin zone your bad insulation, because we have a house from like 1910 or whatever.
Yep.
And it's poorly insulated. The windows are original, which they're so beautiful. It's like the leaded glass. There's like stained glass and designs, so you can never would want to touch the windows, but they're also like pouring in cold air or hot,
Sure.
So, but
Hole.
no mold, because when those houses they built in the 90s, they like buttoned up really tight, like they made them like so tight that mold grows in your attic, because there isn't as much airflow going in and out of the house, because they're like too well buttoned up. And if you ever had like a carbon monoxide leak, I always think about that. We have such drafty windows and doors that we would probably at least survive a lot longer.
It would be a much slower, more torturous death for you, but I imagine it would still not be good to live in.
No, you'd eventually want to get out of there.
Yeah.
But we do have gas, like a gas stove, and I think about like if someone ever left the gas on, we'd have a good shot with all the draftiness going on.
Yeah, it wouldn't explode like Fight Club.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to bring it down, but there was this comic who he had like a couple sad things happen at the same time. He's this guy out of Seattle.
Oh, no.
And one of them was he knew a guy from like his high school or something. It wasn't comedy related, but whose family, so his husband, a wife, and 2 kids woke up dead. They didn't wake up. They died in their sleep. The opposite of waking up.
Oh, no.
Carbon monoxide leak. Just in the middle of the night, all 4 of them, goners.
Oh, that's what. Why are we talking about this?
Because you said
Jesus
you had a
Christ.
drafty door. So I was like, let me tell you the saddest story.
You know what, though? That's very sad, very depressing. But I'll tell you what, that's the way to go, man.
Well, that's the thing. I thought about that. Like, you never, you know what I mean? You don't know, not one of them experiences the pain of losing the other. So you're all going at the same time.
That's true.
No, painless in your sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you don't even, it's not even like getting hit by a train. Like, it's not even, you don't even see.
Right. You don't
there's
fear
no
it.
lead up.
And you didn't have to deal with the rigmarole of a carbon monoxide tester. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are like, God, I should probably put up, that thing's beeping. You didn't have to worry about that your whole life.
They don't have to do that.
And now you're dead. But you never had to do it.
Oof. Did you ever see Midsummer, that movie?
No.
Well, made me think of that. That's how she kills her family. like and
Is that
herself.
is that some huge? Now you can be honest. Is that some huge spoiler you just gave?
No, I mean that's like that happens before. I mean that's the start
Oh,
of the
okay.
movie, basically.
Heidi saw this movie Conclave. I guess it's nominated. You saw it?
No, but my brother told me about it. Why? What was Heidi's
Well, she
thoughts?
goes, she just saw, and I said, "Oh, that sounds interesting. I'd like to see that." And it got nominated. It's got some actors I like in it. And then she's like, "Can I tell you?" She wants to talk about it. She's like, "Can I just tell you the spoiler so we can talk about it?" I was like, "No, what?"
After you express
I
interest,
literally said I would like to see that movie, and it's like one of the few that gets nominated for anything that actually seems appealing, you know. And so I was
yeah.
like, "Yeah, that sounds interesting. I would like to see that." And she goes, "Can I just spoil it for you so I can talk?" Absolutely not. And then she sat there for a minute. You could tell she was like, "But I really like I'm going to change my mind or something." Like I was the
Yeah.
one who did a faux pas.
Let me ask you this. Conclave. What about that movie makes you say, "Ooh, that sounds interesting. I want to see that."
Well, so here's what I know about it. It's like they're picking a new pope, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a secret, kind of a secret world. Nobody really knows how what goes on. They shut the doors, and then there's the smoke, every
Yeah.
day until they get a new pope, and nobody knows the sort of like back dealing and political. Like I like politics, so it's like it's probably a lot of politics involved. And where's this guy from? And how many popes from this part of the world have we had? And then you have to build a coalition. And so I don't know what it's actually like, but I guess it's intriguing because you're like, here's this super powerful position that gets picked kind of in secret, and nobody
Yeah.
really knows what goes on. So it's kind of interesting to me. And it has actors. More, it's like if your movie has actors at this point, if you have a movie that has actors I've heard of, I mean, we're
Yeah.
already like way ahead of the game. Most of these movies nominated, I couldn't tell you one person in them.
You, you and I, we are very similar. We have very parallel aspects, but everything you said about why it's interesting is how I would describe why I have no interest in seeing this movie.
But you're Catholic.
Yeah.
So aren't you curious how they pick the
Is
Pope?
that uh, sure? Someone can just tell me about it. I don't need to see a fucking movie. I'd rather see fucking Last Action Hero or Rambo. A movie? Like
Well,
just
I don't
because I'm
know. I mean,
curious about something.
so
I
wait,
can't think of a more boring thing than, hey, this new movie. It's a drama about how they pick a pope.
but I assume there's something more, and there's a lot that goes into it. Some explosive revelations. I
I
don't
thought
know.
you almost had me. I thought you were going to say
Explosion,
explosions.
actual explosion. Well, maybe there's some murders. I don't know. Maybe that's the
Well,
twist. Maybe the twist is that it's Ethan Hunt wearing one of those masks, and then he goes around and he kills a bunch of bad guys. Maybe that's the twist she didn't want to tell me about.
oh, you know what? Have Heidi text me if that's what it is, and I'll watch it if that's what it is.
She should just tell you that's what it is, and then you get like 2 hours and 45 minutes into the movie. Like, God damn it! When is Ethan Hunt gonna come? Take off the mask.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, so my brother saw it and he assured me I
Like
would
it.
not like it.
So I mean, of the movie, are you aware of any of the movies that are like nominated for awards?
No, I don't think I've heard of most of them. I think Erin had a list that her friend told her. We were like, oh, let's watch some movies, and I hadn't heard of
Yeah,
most of them.
because I'm trying to think like what's gonna meet the criteria for you to actually see if you don't want to see that one.
Do you know what they are? What the other ones are?
Well, the big one is The Brutalist, which sounds
I've
like a
never heard of
good
that.
Johnny movie, right? But
Yeah.
it's not. It's like a long movie about a guy who immigrates to the United States and his life is really hard.
Nope. I'm
I
out.
think. And guess how long it is?
3 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And
Jesus Christ.
And there's an intermission. There's a 15-minute.
Oh
And
my
so if you saw it in
God.
theaters, you get a 15-minute intermission. Which, can I say something? I kind of like the idea of an intermission.
In a movie?
Yeah, they should have them in.
Well,
Even if your movie is an hour, here's my topic.
no,
You know
we
what?
can't. That can't be your
I'm
topic. I
making this my
can't get
topic right
behind
now.
that. I
Even if
can't.
your movie is an hour and 20 minutes, throw an intermission in there. Give us all a point where we can go pee. Why not?
I wanna support you, but the one thing I like about a movie theater is that it forces itself to be different than me being at home. Because when you're at
But it
home, you can be
is
like, you know what, I
different.
just want, let me just real quick, I forgot something upstairs. Let me just pause it, go up, and then it's not the same
I'm
experience.
not saying that you can decide when the intermission happens. I'm just
I
saying that
know,
there is, and I'm not saying that you get the remote control and you can turn on the captions and all that.
I know, but I don't want to break it up. If it's 4 hours, then okay, yes, we need to
But what if
pee and
you
we need to get out
don't
there.
you have to, if you see Batman on opening night, right?
Yeah.
And usually
Yep.
those Batmans are pretty long these days. I don't know how
Yes.
long the last one was, but you're going to have to pee at some point, aren't you?
Uh, I mean, when I was big into the like Avengers movies, yes, I would be like, oh God, when do I pee? I would wait till something, and then I would wait till the start of a scene, and I'd be like, all right, it doesn't look like anything's gonna happen. I would go, I could be back in, fucking 22 seconds if I don't wash my hands.
Intermission.
No.
Now, comedy shows, it makes sense to not have an intermission because you lose the momentum of the show.
But
People,
that's my point. I feel like lose the momentum of like I saw Hateful Eight. The Hateful Eight had an intermission, and that was great because that's a slow. I mean, that's a
yeah,
long movie in one setting. But if you're watching Ace Ventura, The Nature Calls, I mean,
exactly. When nature calls,
you don't
you
need.
need an intermission. I like it. I'm sticking to it. And the other thing is, I forget, but just intermission.
All right.
And you know what? The reason why it's bad for comedy shows is because comedy, a live show, it requires laughs and building laughs, and there's like a movie, you're just sitting there quietly experiencing the movie. Maybe if there's a comedy, you have laughs, but I don't think it's the same thing. But now that I'm saying it, maybe comedy shows should have intermissions. What are we? We're dealing with check drops. That's not
No,
fun
just
either.
do it after the show. Like that's how they
Well, nobody
solve
does
that
that.
problem.
What clubs are doing the check drops after the show?
Uh, Comedy on State, probably.
Oh, good clubs.
Yeah,
Not fair.
that's not fair.
Clubs that won't
We're
book
talking all
me.
the
That's
shitty
not.
ones that it sucks to work, Johnny.
Um. Okay. Well, then that's not my topic because I can't.
Uh,
Because you're not backing me up, so I can't.
I want to say sometimes we don't back each other up.
Well, what? So how do we start talking about? Oh, the movies. So anyway, I don't think there's any
Conklin.
Oscar-nominated movie that you're going to see. I bet there won't be
Isn't
one.
there one with there was one we were trying to watch. Well, I guess it's just not out streaming yet. I know nothing about what it's about. The Last Showgirl. Have you heard of that?
No, never heard of it.
Like I think Pamela Anderson is in it. I don't know what it's about.
But you'll watch it because Pamela
Sounds
Anderson.
racy. No, but Aaron told me about it last night, and I was like, I've never heard of it. And we looked it up. It's not even. I just think it's too new, or it's not streaming yet. But I was like, Showgirl, Pam Anderson. Oh, yeah, all right. You can pick this time, babe.
Your interest is peaked. I have a feeling it's going to disappoint you from what you're looking for. There's not going to be any slow motion beach running scenes.
As soon as I realize it's a period piece, I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to bed. Like period pieces.
Period piece. I like a period piece.
Mm.
So I mean, are you saying you don't like any movie set in any time period?
Nah, it's fine.
What about like Braveheart?
That's like no. I mean, I watched it, but like that was not one where I was like, I got to see that, and I loved like, all right, I close your mouth.
Don't you hate that when people do? Well, it's worse when it's you haven't seen the movie and they do that. Like, what?
Oh yeah, like they're shocked that you haven't seen it. Yeah.
I think someone either had a bit or some funny thing where they just tell people they haven't seen movies that just to get that, just to make them angry. Oh, Star Wars, what's that? And they like lose their mind. Uh, no, but you didn't like Braveheart
No,
because
I did, but I mean, I was not excited. I was
you're just
pulled
you're,
into it. I
you're just
had to
yelling
watch.
at this. Where are all the beepers? I don't know what year you saw Braveheart. Why does no one have a fax machine? This sucks.
If it's like Braveheart, like if that wasn't like a revered Academy Award winning, like I would be like, I can pass, skip.
What about like gangster movies, like The Godfather or set in that time, or
Um,
Casino?
well, Casino, that's I mean, come on, that's
But
modern
that's a
enough.
period piece. That's
Yeah, but
like
I was
old
alive then,
Vegas.
right? I mean, wasn't that what the? I guess I wasn't alive. I was probably a baby. When does
Yeah,
that
no,
take
it's like the
place?
50s and 60s, isn't it?
Casino? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, no, that's recent enough. I'm talking fucking The Crown.
Yeah, okay. What about westerns?
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to bring it up. I feel bad. I feel like everyone loves westerns.
yeah, I love westerns.
I can't. I have to hear, oh, this is a really good movie, and then I have to trust that person. But just the fact that it's a western alone, I'm like, I'm not really
No,
interested.
there's a lot. That's true because I got into like a thing where I was like, I want to watch every western. Like, I just want to that. I want that to be my personality. Like, I know all the westerns and the directors and all the old. And there's so many bad ones that
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do it. I have to go and make sure it's like a classic and that the story is actually pretty good.
I mean, all right. So I'm going to name some westerns, and so there's Unforgiven. That's like
That's number one. Best. That's
okay.
like top of my list.
And then what's the second one that everyone loves, loves, loves?
Tombstone.
Tombstone. Yes.
Yeah,
So
those are
those two
great.
are great. Uh, and then I can't think of any others.
Well, the old ones are pretty good. Like, and see, now I'm on the spot. I'm not even gonna be able to
There's
think of the
True
names
Grit.
here.
I saw the True
True
Grit
Grit's great.
remake.
Did you see
Mm,
the original one with John
I did
Wayne?
not see the original. The
That one's
the
great.
the new one, I was like, okay.
Oh, you didn't like the new one?
I'm sure
Yeah, I
right
just
after I saw it,
don't
I was
think
like,
it's
that's fine.
yeah.
I'm not
Uh,
trying. I'm not trying to be interesting. I feel like I'm coming across as picky and boring because I don't like westerns. Is there rain?
well, you're coming across as earnestly yourself, which is
Which is picky and
people
boring.
can come to their own conclusions. No, I literally said I was searching for a personality, so I was trying to
What
like westerns, and then
about the Quick and the Dead? Is that one?
yeah, I don't love that one.
I never saw that.
That one's like too new. Like like the ones that are great are like with
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. The oh yeah, the those three, that trilogy's great. Like the
What are
good, the
those?
bad, and the ugly, and the no. The what am I thinking of? The
Oh. Is
oh
it
yeah,
his?
one's great is Once Upon a Time in the West is a great one.
Ooh, I don't
That's a
think I've
really good
heard
one.
of
That's
that
the
one.
harmonica guy. I think that's right. See, I get them all confused. I
What
told you
about the one with
I didn't get
Antonio Banderas?
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Mexico?
Is that a
Is that what
western?
that's called? I think that's a western.
Isn't there one that's like
But like, do you
or is
like
that a season? There a
the?
sequel to that one?
Did you like the Mandalorian?
Sure. Yeah, I
But like
did.
those, that's basically like a western. When you watch it, you realize like they're just ape every story. It's like he comes to a town, he's this
Yeah.
gunslinger, that all of a sudden the town has a problem. So and he's protecting a young helpless kid, or usually it's a little girl in westerns, but whatever. And
Yeah.
then he's got to shoot up. And he gets in the fight with like the local sheriff, and then there's some, and then they by the end of the episode they've solved the problem, and he goes on a ship and goes to the next town. Like
Yeah,
that's
but my favorite part of the Mandalorian was his jetpack. You're gonna you're gonna struggle to find that. And
You're just like a futurist. You just want to live in the you don't want to live in the past. You
mm,
want to live in the future.
but that is, I will say, that is a genre I do like. Is like sci-fi future thriller, like what's the one with Tom Cruise and the psychic people?
We're gonna title
Minority
this
Report.
episode Johnny and Andrew can't think of the names of movies they've seen. Sergio
Minority
Leone
Report.
is the guy who directed the Clint Eastwood westerns, and I still cannot think of
Is
the.
it the name of it? Dirty Harry?
No,
He's a cop. That's a cop,
that's the
right? I
cop.
don't think I've seen any Dirty Harry movies.
Me neither. And I think I would love it. You would probably love them too. We should watch those together.
You know what? I don't like old movies. I don't like old
Oh,
movies. I think those movies are really old.
yeah. You would not like have you would not have fun at our house. You know what we were watching last night? Streetcar Named Desire.
Oh
That's
my.
really old. But
How
Marlon
was it?
Brando, hottie boom boom. This guy,
Oh, do they show his penis head?
I mean, basically, he is
Nice.
so
I'll
ripped
give it a try.
and hot and young. And then the only way you ever think of the way I think of Marlon Brando is like The Godfather and the big fat dude in Apocalypse Now and the big fat dude and like the
Yeah.
score. Like I never think of him as like a young hot dude. But man, I see why he was famous.
Yeah, he's got a signature penis head.
Well, I might be okay. Trilogy.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's like
wait.
something. What?
This is what it was. Yeah, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, A Fistful of Dollars, and For a Few Dollars More. You should watch those. Those are great westerns, but they're old, so you might get mad at me and then just stop watching after 2 seconds.
No, don't worry about it. I probably won't watch.
Okay, great.
No risk.
You know what movie you should watch because you love future.
What's that?
You love the future. I always said that about Johnny. You know what his passions are? The future.
The future. I find it interesting.
Cowboys versus aliens. Got
Oh
like
yes. Oh
Harrison
yeah. It's
Ford.
like a Western future. I did see that one. I don't remember it at all.
It was really bad
Yeah.
reviews, but I would love to watch it again to see like did people just hate on it because it was like a little too weird, and maybe it is kind of like undercover good. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't have a cult following after.
You got to get that cult following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like something Aaron likes always brings up. Is she's like, oh, we got to get the list. We got to get classic movies. That's what we want to do. I want to go a year where each week we watch a classic movie, and I'm just like, oh boy, that sounds like a lot of old movies.
Yeah. I mean,
I got to
some
open
of
my
them are
mind.
good. I will say you can't watch old movies on your phone or on a plane or on a small screen. You got to have a really big screen
Mm-hmm.
and you have to have a good atmosphere. Like ideally you would just go to a movie. You could tell those movies were made to be watched like in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Because I tried to watch like Chinatown on a plane one time and just immediately fall asleep.
Yeah.
I told you about my Chinatown thing.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I finally did finish it. And I was.
Did you ever see 12 Angry Men?
No.
See, that one intrigues me.
Wait
That's
a minute.
Like an old movie, right?
Wait a minute. How could that be intriguing? It's 12 people in a deliberating a jury trial. That's
I know.
interesting.
I know. But the story has to be so good because the whole thing is like in one spot, right? So it's like The Hateful Eight. I mean, that's like one setting. I like these movies where it's like they're in one setting and it's all about like.
You know what that is?
What is that?
That's a play. That's why they make them that way. See, I could tell Streetcar Named Desire. I was like, oh, this was a play because they're not leaving the apartment. So once you realize they write the story to contain it I kind of hate that. Like that's why I like movies because they're going places and there's like we have the ability to shoot different sets and scenery. I want to see other stuff. If I went to the theater, you watch a play, you're like, well, of course it's got to all be in this apartment because they can't show me Texas right now.
They have a name for that. Those kind of movies where it's all in one setting. What's that called?
A play movie.
No.
Movie based on a play.
It's
what I just said.
Never mind. There's like some sort of term. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, play show.
That's it. Play show. It's a play show. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's like a safety deposit movie or some sort of dumb safe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is. Safety deposit movie. Your answer is way better than mine. Let's keep it moving. Good God.
Let's keep it moving. I have other topics. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Uh, so I had a show. I had a show. I had a show at a country club. Two shows at a country club, and I was looking forward to it, and it was fine. It was close, and but like it was a bunch of old people.
Wait. That's the part of your career you're at. I was looking forward to it. It was close. That's what shows are now. Proximity to home.
I know.
I Madison Square Garden, no thank you. That's a long trip.
That's
The country
yeah.
club 10 minutes from my house, that's a sweet gig.
There's no direct flights. Sorry, from New
Yeah.
York, man.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
But it was a bunch of like the first show was a lot of old people, like really rich, old
Yeah.
people. And then the late show was like young and drunk. But like, have you ever done that thing where like you're on stage and you are like, oh, I can say something really mean to the audience and they'll laugh because I'm on stage, I'm a comedian, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you're just like, this is something I could never do, not in this
Right.
exact
With the
setting.
permission structure of
Exactly.
I'm the comedy guy.
Yeah. And I just was like, they weren't even bad. They were like nice, but they just weren't, I did I don't know what it was, but some jokes were it just didn't hit. And I was just like irritated because I was like, I know these are good jokes, they always work. It's just this place. And I was like, oh, they'll think it's fun. I was like irritated. So I was like, well, I'll just tell them they're old. Well, they're old. And like my instincts were off. I was just like, it just came off as irritated and
Yeah.
like a snap. But I thought it was going to be like, hey, people are old. Oh, he's busted out.
Yeah.
And it was
Right.
just like,
He
nope.
finally stated what he said what we're all thinking.
Yeah. But instead it was just, that's rude.
Country
And
clubs are tough. I will say my hack with country clubs is it's like the easiest trick in the world, but you make fun of them for how rich they are.
mm,
No, they love that. Oh, he got us. We're loaded. He's right. Oh, yeah, Jim, you've got two yacht. Like they think that's hilarious. What a roast this is. This guy, he's got us pegged. We are better off than he is,
yeah, he is
So
poorer than shit compared
I've
to us.
always found success with that. And then asking them if they've ever left the compound. I always ask, have you guys gone out in the outside the gates? Have you been outside the walls? If they like live on, those
Yeah, yeah,
ones where they have houses and
yeah.
um but I know what you mean when you think you're gonna really score.
Yeah, you
I
think you
also
got
think
him.
there's always a moment too when you just decide to kind of break the seal on like you're just doing your act. And shows can go two ways. You can either just keep doing your act,
Yep.
or you can decide, no, I'm gonna make this better. I can tell they're not buying in, and I could just go for the next 40 minutes in
Yep.
this
On
awkward,
autopilot.
or we can take a risk here and go into the and I always admire when comics do take the risk. I always go, I've probably played it safe too many times, and it's better to,
In the moment.
be in the moment and all that and acknowledge what's going on. But yeah, it is like you said, it is a risk because sometimes it doesn't go well.
That's right. And I was so looking forward to the light show because they're like, oh, the light show, they'll have been drinking. There's not gonna be old people.
Yeah.
And it was, there's a lot of energy. The openers did great. And then I got up there and I was so excited. And there were just these five entitled bitches in the front row.
Wouldn't shut up.
Just like, oh my God, they would not
And then
shut
you
up.
can't do anything, like they're not equipped to like ever tell their members to
Oh
not
no.
do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's the tragedy of comedy. It's like comedy clubs are the greatest
Yeah.
and they just pay the worst. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what's funny? I was at the park with Ginger, and I overheard a dad. This was on Martin Luther King Day, so the park was just packed.
Yeah.
Schools are closed, and the dad was like, had said he went to Helium that weekend, and he didn't say anything about the show or anything, but he just was like, "It's funny. Every comedy club is built exactly the same." He's like, because he was comparing it to some other club. It's like they're all the same in there. It's like they got one club formula and they do them all. And I'm like, and in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, if they're smart, because they figured it out.
Yeah.
They know the exact formula. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
hard chairs, low ceilings, dark room, bright
Yeah.
lights on stage, no
Yeah.
tables, if any, maybe tiny tables, but
Yeah.
pack them in. Like there is a formula, but I just thought it
Yeah.
was interesting he picked up on that and then was like almost saying it to complain, like it's not imaginative enough, or that it's like too 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't saying it like complimentary, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why those are the things that work.
Do you ever overhear people talking about, like, regular people talking about comedy and then want to jump in, or is your instinct to just run away from that?
Uh no, it's to just eavesdrop.
Yeah, same. Because
Yeah.
I was like, I should say something and like educate this guy.
Yeah.
No, did not.
Then you just get roped into and you can't get out. It's just
And you know what else you're fighting? Because you have to lay out your credentials to even start the conversation.
right, right.
Oh, you're a comedian, really? Dad is hanging out with his daughter here on a Monday afternoon. You weren't booked this weekend, huh?
uh,
Yeah. Okay, Johnny. Anything else?
should we do sport? Do we have any sports talk? Light sports talk since we're getting near the Super
Of
Bowl.
course. Yeah. Wait. So when was the last time we did a sports? Because I don't think
Uh,
we
we haven't
did
talked
a
since preseason or since the season,
post. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. Regular season,
regular season.
what they call it nowadays. Uh,
I was disappointed the Eagles
did you
won.
watch the Packers game?
Yeah. Who did they lose to?
The Eagles.
Yes, that's why. Yes, that's why I was very upset. The Eagles won against whoever they beat after us.
Yeah.
Who was that?
They beat the Eagles beat the oh god,
Lions?
no. The Commanders beat the Lions. The Eagles beat the Rams, who I was
Oh, the
excited.
Rams. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
like the
Oh,
Rams.
yeah, that's right. I was rooting for LA Rams.
Yeah, I don't like the Rams, so it was
Yeah, but did you see? I mean, have we talked about this? That Eagles fan, just the Eagles having this reputation of being complete fucking douchebag assholes.
yeah.
I mean, right there, I'm just like, okay, so this is a crowd. This is the football team that takes their team way too seriously. Fuck that
You know
team.
what's funny about that though? Like, it does seem to work.
How so?
I
Didn't
don't
that guy get
know. I
fired?
don't know. I do not know, but it just seems like the cities that are a lot of the West Coast towns that are laid back about sports, that like go, yeah, it'd be great if they won, but hey, man, I'm just there to see a good game and hope nobody gets hurt. Those teams tend to not perform as well as like the Philly, Boston, insane markets that like will murder referees
Yeah,
or kill their. I
that's
think that pressure actually works somehow.
it's the nice guys finish last theory coming to life.
Yes. And so it says something about parenting, because it's like, if you're one of those parents who's just like, hey, just go out there, have fun, try your best, and whatever happens, we'll still love you. Your kid probably won't be as successful as if you go, if you want to get ice cream, you better score 3 goals today.
Yeah. Hmm. My kids are in trouble then.
Yeah, I know. Mine too. No, I've been brainwashed by the we're all in on the like gentle parenting stuff. So it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, Ginger better be a self motivator because I'm no Earl Woods.
I don't even know who Earl Woods is.
That's Tiger Woods' dad, and he
Oh, okay.
he super glued a putter to his hands when he was like 2 years old.
Oh, wow.
So
I should glue something to
you
Duncan's
should
hand.
glue some stuff to your kids' hands. Come on, be a real
Yeah.
dad.
I'm going to glue chess pieces to Duncan's hands.
Just but not explain the game of chess. Just walking around seems cruel.
Yeah. You can't really.
And actually, that wouldn't really work because you got to
You can't
touch like
play.
all the pieces in chess.
Yeah.
He's like only doing moves with like the queen and the pawn, and you're like, why doesn't he ever use his rook?
Well, I didn't glue that piece to his
He's
hand.
only got two hands. What do you want?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I didn't
Yikes.
know how chess worked. I just thought
Thought if I glued pieces to my son's hand.
it's kind
Ugh.
of a funny idea is like a parent being obsessed with the idea of their kid dominating something that they themselves have no idea
Yeah.
how it works at all. So it's like you
Yeah.
really want your kid to like destroy at chess, but you don't even know how the game is played. So you like have them doing like jumping jacks before or whatever.
Yeah. You just
Yeah.
got all these books on it. You just have to Google. Ugh.
All right. Oh, but
All
you
right.
wanted to do more sports talk. So do you
No,
know
that
who's
was.
left?
Oh, I just want to know who you want to win the Super Bowl, or
I
who
don't
you hope
know.
makes
All
it
the
to the.
teams I kind of wanted are gone. I was kind of pulling for the Ravens. I like Lamar Jackson. He's just so fun to watch. Does Edie ever talk about Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, who did they play? The Bills.
They lost to the Bills. It was heartbreaking. The
Oh
guy,
yeah,
this
that wasn't
poor,
that like MVP versus MVP
yeah, yeah,
contender.
yeah.
Yeah, Edie
Look
was.
at you.
This is all information from Edie. I didn't know. I'd never heard of either quarterback, but
Yeah,
Edie told me all that.
but it was heartbreaking because this guy named Mark Andrews, he really sullied the name. This tight end, he had like a bunch of drops and he fumbled, and then they go down, they score a touchdown at the end of the game, and they have to do the 2 point conversion to tie it. And
Yeah.
he throws it right to him, and the guy just drops the ball in the end zone. So they ended up losing.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see the. I didn't catch the end. I just
No, you just watched the
score. I just said
halftime show.
Google. What's the score of the Ravens game?
Uh, it's just great talking sports with you. I got to be honest. But at least
One of these days, we got to record earlier one of these days, and I'll have Edie side saddles. You have someone to
it would be great.
actually
God, I
talk
wish
to.
Edie. Just want you to retire and Edie to take over. Uh, you did ask Google though who won. I mean, that shows a level of interest
Yeah.
right there.
Well, I did. Yeah, I knew who won. I guess I hope the Bills.
I want the Bills to win. No.
Bills is Bills Chiefs. Is that a
Chiefs have won
possibility?
enough.
Or
Yeah, I if I had to bet money, I would bet the Chiefs, but I hope the Bills win. And then in the NFC, I'll tell you who I'm rooting for is the Commanders. They've got a great this rookie quarterback. My neighbor is a Commanders fan. They won in a big upset, so I'd be really excited for him. So I'm rooting for the Commanders to win it all. That would be the best. But then I hope it's Commanders Bills, and then that means it's going to be Chiefs Eagles. And if it gets to Chiefs Eagles, I'm with you. I want the Chiefs. I'd rather just Mahomes win it
yeah,
again. Let them
repeat.
these stupid Eagle fans. I don't need them to ever win. So,
Have they ever won?
yeah, they've won. But I mean, they're just so annoying, like you said. So,
Yeah.
give it to the Bills, the Commanders. So I'll
It's
go
so funny. Edie
Commanders
said the same
one,
thing.
Bills
Edie was
two.
like, "Oh, I want to see that new quarterback on the Commanders."
Yeah, Daniels.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go. Okay, I'll go Chiefs. But if not Chiefs, Bills, just because Stu McAllister,
Oh
stuck
yeah,
her in.
yeah.
Yeah, big Bills guy. So
He's a good follow because he's like I forget if it was Twitter or whatever I was following him on.
yeah,
He's a comedy person,
yeah.
comedian. But every post was like, I got a signed glove from the Bills playoff game in 1989 divisional matchup,
Oof.
gently used.
Yeah.
Bid now. Like every post was about
He
some
just
bill
gave me
for
he
bidding.
gave me a Favre jersey a few years ago. We did a casino together. He's like, "Yeah, I just got it cheap on eBay. Here, you can have it." He's like big on sports memorabilia, not just Bills, but like he'll get
Yeah.
that stuff. Can't really wear the Favres right
Interesting,
now.
interesting marketplace. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, I love welfare theft. So I wear my Favre jersey everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Uh
All right, that's good sports talk.
that's good sports talk.
Should we jump into topic?
Let's do it.
All right. I think here's my topic.
Okay.
Enough with the goddamn intermissions in these long movies.
Oh, I think that's a
Oh,
good one. I'm gonna throw that by Heidi, see what she says.
you know
So
what? You're gonna throw that topic by Heidi?
yeah, I'm gonna run it by Heidi. And if she likes it, I'm starting a new podcast.
Oh,
Cavalry
okay.
2. And I'm just gonna have Heidi on and she's gonna back me up
Okay.
on the stuff you don't talk
This is my
about.
real topic.
Okay.
Because where did I drive? I drove to Monroe, Michigan. Oh, that was a rough one. Duncan had the show was great, but the Duncan had basketball games the
I
next
thought you were just
morning.
gonna be like, oh yeah, I call that. I said that audience. You guys look really fat. Thought I would kill. You guys dress like shit here. Ah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, don't you guys appreciate a good roasting? But so I left like in the morning. I had to take Phoebe to school, and so then I left right after that. It's like a 7 hour drive. I had to do the show and then drive 7 hours home because
Idiot.
Duncan had a game at 9, 11, and 1 the next morning that
Oof.
I had to take him to. So that was brutal. But anyway, so that's my topic is, and we may have touched upon this. Chicago is the worst when it comes to people in their automobiles. It is the worst. Every single time I drive through Chicago, I just hate them all. I have family and I have friends that live in Chicago and they're fine
Yeah.
people. I don't know what they're like when they're in their cars, but I'm guessing they're assholes because it's a
I think it's
100%. It's terrible.
yeah. Now Chicago's like our second most populated city, or is
Is
LA?
it? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. But like, do you think it's just a matter of like the more people, the worse the driving's gonna be? You know, like New
I,
York is probably we don't ever drive in New York is the thing, so you don't experience it really.
yeah, but I don't know. In New York, I mean, it's just so bumper to bumper. I mean, Chicago, the traffic is terrible. It's worse than LA, I think.
Yeah.
And but it's the fact that you can be going. I mean, they drive like assholes. They don't just drive like it's not just traffic. It's like
Yeah.
aggressively asshole people
Yeah.
drive.
I'm
I'll be going
so it's
10
so the
over, and someone passes me 20 miles over, and they're just weaving. It's just like, are you fucking kidding me?
yeah. It's crazy because I mean, I'll back you up because I just don't know. I mean, I've driven through Chicago a couple times, but usually when I'm there, I don't have a car,
Yeah.
you know. But like the one thing I'll say is I'm so spoiled because coming from LA is pretty bad. I mean, LA to me, Boston was the worst that I've ever experienced having a
But
car.
are you talking traffic or are you just talking
No,
assholes?
behavior,
Behavior.
asshole.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Boston was so jarring to me, asshole wise, because I'd only really driven for real in Seattle, in the Pacific Northwest. And so, like,
Yeah.
everyone's like exceedingly comparatively like friendly and nice driver wise there. Like, they'll let you in, they signal. It's like very by the
And
almost
this is where?
Seattle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
This is like too much. It's almost too rule followery to the point where people get frustrated the other way, like just go or merge or whatever.
Sure.
But Boston was crazy. I couldn't believe. I think Boston was worse than LA. But then now I'm in Portland, and Portland is even more of a babyish driver school than Seattle was. I mean,
Oh,
Portland
they're
is,
too nice.
and I think I've been here too long now. So it's like, I don't think I could ever go back. I don't think I could I've lost all my LA street cred of like being a strong driver to where Heidi was like making fun of me the other day. She's like, "No, we're in a hurry. I'm gonna drive," because she thought I would go too slow.
Who
So,
drives mostly? You or if it's like you
oh,
guys?
me, I do like 99. If it's the two of us, we
Yeah,
fall into those stupid gender things. And Heidi even calls it out. I was like, I don't know why I just walk to the passenger seat. Like I can drive every bit as much. This is like I know the city better than you. Why don't I drive? But she
yeah,
says all this from the passenger seat as we've already left to go.
yeah,
And then the other day, the other day, she like insists. She's like, I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna drive. I'm like, all right, go. I don't like driving. Go
yeah,
for it. But she just went to the chiropractor and she couldn't turn her neck.
yeah,
An adjustment. So I had to check her blinds. So I'm the whole time I'm like, why are you driving? She's like, I can't see back there. I can't see it. Look for me. Why did you insist on driving and you need me to like be your pilot for you?
yeah.
I don't want to
That's
do a fight.
that's ridiculous.
It is
See,
ridiculous.
I'll have Aaron drive. I mean, I'll go to the passenger seat before she gets out there because
Oh,
it's
I
like
like that.
because
Good for you.
she will get very car sick. She's just not a good passenger in general.
Oh yeah.
But that paired with her doing all the cliche, constantly telling me the speed limit because I'm going too
Someone's
slow,
up
I'm going
here,
too fast,
pedestrians
and I'm
coming.
just if I was the driver, I would pull off to the shoulder, get out, and just be like, "You drive the fucking car. I'm not doing
Yeah.
this."
I
So,
I I on the way home today, I was driving and the neighbor's dog ran out in the middle of the street chasing a ball, and I stopped in time
yeah.
to not kill the dog. And I was like, see, that's why I don't drive fast. I would have killed that dog. If you were driving, you would have killed that dog.
You talking to Heidi?
Yeah. So
There
take
you
that.
go. 1 point, Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But the thing with Chicago is it doesn't matter if it's men, women, young, old, because I
you
always
can say
look.
a
I
race.
find out who it is. The race doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're all, yeah, it's strictly race. That's all it.
It doesn't matter if it's young, old, woman, man, but what does matter,
I'll tell you what
there's
matters
only one
every
thing.
fucking time.
No, I'm with you. Chicago's rough. I just haven't driven there in so long that I'm you have to do it all the time. So
Yeah. And I'm enraged 100% of the time.
now you do you carry that prejudice with you then now in Madison when you see Illinois plates, like if you're on tilt?
No, I don't look at play. You know me. I don't really pay attention to
That's why you
details
don't
of
drive. I
things.
don't look at the road.
I'll see,
Oh,
I'll notice it,
I
but
was
no,
gonna
I'm
ask.
not. I'm not prejudiced against it.
Okay. This is
But
what I was gonna ask.
if I notice someone being an asshole driver first, I will check the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're the little passenger princess,
Yep.
you're there with your drink and your phone.
Yep.
Aaron's doing the driving. Let's say it's like a
My
longer drive,
furry boots. Yep.
like an hour plus.
Yep.
She's still driving, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel compelled to not like be on your phone or listen to a podcast or watch
No.
a show
No.
because you have to
Mm.
like talk to her because she can't look at her phone?
Nope.
Oh,
Absolutely not. No.
wow. See, I don't like that. I mean,
Oh,
I
that's
don't.
not. I mean, if she wanted me to, I would. She's got her earbuds in.
Oh,
She's not. She's not
okay.
ready
She's
to
got her
go.
own thing going
Yeah.
on. Okay, gotcha.
If she
Because
wanted
like
to. Yeah.
sometimes we have to use my phone for Ginger to like listen to the music she likes, or so then I
Yeah.
have no device and I'm driving. I'm just staring at highway, and then Heidi's like reading, celebrity gossip or listening to
Yeah.
a book on tape or something, and then it's like, so I'm just gonna be here with my thoughts, just staring at
Not
yellow
there.
lights. Doesn't seem nice.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if anything, yeah, I'm the one that wants to chat more than she's not. Aaron's
Not a
not a
big
phone person.
chatterbox.
She's not a phone person. I can tell. Sometimes I'll call, I'll
So
be on the
funny.
road, and just how she answers, I know. She's like, I don't want this to be a long. We're
That's
not.
so
What?
funny.
What? Do you need something?
Because I get that so much. Like you got three kids, there's a lot,
Yeah.
you're working, you got a lot going on. But like I get that sometimes too when I'm on the road. And which is funny because when I'm home, Heidi loves to talk. She loves to talk. And that's like her love language is like, just listen to me. I know you don't care. She'll tell me some story about some celebrity and then it's like, I know you don't, but just please listen to it and act like you,
Yeah.
and that's like her thing. Oh my God. If I have to hear one more word about Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, are you aware of any of that?
Who's just? Oh, is that the? It ends with us guy.
Yeah.
I think
Get
I'm
one more
familiar with it.
update to that story. I'm gonna blow my brains out. But she, but same thing. Sometimes I'll call and I'll still be in the mindset of, oh, she can't wait to talk to me. She's probably got a million things to say, and good thing I'm calling. And then
Yeah.
when you get that, it's very jarring. Is where she doesn't want to
Yeah.
talk to you. You're like, whoa, all right.
Let me ask you, did you see the movie It Ends With Us?
Yes, I did. We only watched it. I guarantee you, and this was my point to Heidi, but only reason why we watched it is because of all this controversy in the fight and the lawsuits going back and on. So she was like, it's like on her radar. So we watched it.
Did you like it?
No, I thought it was so cheesy and stupid.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah, it's just too, yeah, it was very
You
cheesy.
watched it too.
I did watch it
And you know why you watched it?
because of the controversy.
Yes. And this
Yeah.
is my point is like, we're setting a bad precedent. Now, anytime anybody makes some sort of drama that probably nobody would really be talking about or watching because it's not a Marvel movie, it's not a
Yeah.
sequel, it's not big action flick. They're going to gin up some sort of controversy on set,
PR.
totally, and
Yeah.
build it up as much as they can. And that's going to be the new way they market movies is just feuds amongst the cast and crew. It's a bad precedent, and we shouldn't be supporting it.
I agree.
But
Hey,
maybe
we
that's
should act
time.
like you and I should act like we're in a fight.
Yes, I was just gonna say that.
Drum ups. Yes.
Let's sue each other.
Okay.
What do you want to sue each other for?
We'll say that one of us was inappropriate with the other one.
Yeah. Well, you do a
Yeah.
lot of wiener talk. It makes me uncomfortable. He's always talking about his farts and his shits and his wiener, and it's inappropriate in the workplace.
It's not cool. And in episode 238, he shows it. So tune in
In
this
fact, yeah,
Tuesday.
in fact, I've been recording it this whole time. I've got files. I've numbered them.
Yeah, we're gonna put them out on the Patreon. All right, what's your topic? What's your or was your
Well,
topic the intermittent horseshit?
how dare you? I think that was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Okay, here's my topic. Here's my topic. The all the social media is now like what's the good social media app? Like what's the good one?
I don't know.
Because
Not
there's usually
Instagram.
always one where everybody agrees, like, okay, that was old, that one's been corrupted, that one's it was
Is
MySpace, then Facebook, and then
isn't Instagram
Instagram.
the champ
But
now?
Instagram's owned by Facebook, and then like he's sucking up to Trump, the Zuckerberg, and then TikTok does this big thank you Trump
Yeah.
message when they got banned and unbanned. Like, what's the good one? What's left?
I don't know. I mean, I
Can I
often
tell?
think like, are they going to go away? And they
I
will not.
Yeah, I kind of hope they would all go away, but they're not going to. I think it's pretty clear because they're just going to kiss Trump's ass so they can stay around. But I think the best one is Reddit. Are you a Reddit guy at all? Reddit?
No, no. But my friend is, and he's only on LinkedIn and goes on and scrolls on Reddit. And I
Yeah. That's living. That is living.
That's good. Do
And
you have
next
the
door.
app, the
Next
Reddit app?
door, next door is the best for comedy. The funniest things are happening on next door, and Reddit is the best for information. You don't
What
need
do you mean
anything else.
information? Like what? Like give me an example.
Anything, anything. So like I want to know, like my mother-in-law is moving to Astoria, Oregon, right? It's this little coastal town.
Yeah.
Does Astoria or what are the best internet providers in Astoria? There'll be like a Reddit thing and there'll be real people. No, somehow they've eliminated all the like fake. If you Google that now, you'll get some AI answer about what internet is and where it's from and all this. But you go on Reddit and it's like these actual people. Like
That
they,
sounds like Angie's List.
I
That's
mean,
not
kind
social media.
yeah, no, but it's like everybody's got a name. They're all like if they do opinions about movies. That's where I saw all the coolest Zelda stuff was on Reddit when people were building. They have this one called Hyrule Engineering, and they've all built these crazy planes and helicopters. I don't know. I just think it's like the one place where I go, this seems like the actual internet. Like people
Okay,
like
I see
me are
that.
regular people who are just saying like their honest thoughts. They're not trying to build a following or like say
Yeah.
things that are disingenuous to what they actually believe in order to get people to go along with them. Doesn't feel like there's like politicians or companies on there. It's somehow they've kept it kind of like what you kind of imagine the internet to be from like the 2000s.
Yeah.
So I used to be
Can
scared
you
of Reddit.
scroll on it? Can you sit on the toilet and scroll
Yeah,
without a like a
yeah,
prompt?
yeah. You can scroll because it'll learn what you like. So if I went on right there right now, it'd be the Seahawks Reddit thing would be on the main feed, the Zelda thing would be on the main feed, and then like I don't know, Facebook ad discussion because I was like researching with the best practices for like Instagram ads and stuff. So like some of that would be on there. But like I think someone should ask them how they do it, how they've kept it so like user friendly.
Hmm. All right. Well, maybe I'll start
Be a Reddit guy. And
giving some
people
time to
put
that.
I put stand up on there. There's a stand up thread, and like I put stand up on there, and it's never gone anywhere. But a lot of
Like
comics,
videos? Like you
yeah,
post. Oh, okay.
and a lot of comics have gone blown up on Reddit.
Huh.
You know, they've
Yeah.
just by just posting on the Reddit stand up. Whatever.
Yeah, I told you about my when I got turned off on Reddit when someone was like making fun of me or something, and I was like, "Fuck you! You never seen me." He's like, "Yeah, I was at your Boston Comedy Festival preliminary round. You said this joke and you ate shit." And I was like, "Oh fuck, he was there."
But see what I mean? Real people. Normally,
It's real
that
people.
YouTube commenter would have never seen you and didn't know. And you're like,
Right.
you're a bot. That guy, he didn't like you, but he was there.
He was
He was
there
real,
and he could back it up.
and he backed it up. But I
Oh
can see
fuck.
how that would turn you off of Reddit. I get that. I'll give you that.
Maybe I'll give it another try.
But yeah, I think I'm a Reddit guy. I'm done with TikTok, and I mean I'll still post on there, but I'm gonna not scroll on
Yeah.
anything but Reddit
That's what I want.
and
That's what we
Nextdoor.
need is we need a like a Hootsuite. Remember Hootsuite where you can just post, you
Yes.
can get an app that posts for you, but you don't have access
Yes.
to other people's shit. That's what I need.
That's what I need too. I
Because
know.
I fucking hate
Yeah.
and I'll find myself scrolling and I'm like, when did I pull this out? How did I
I
start?
know.
Like,
I know. It's so mindless.
ugh, I hate it.
This
Ugh.
now I'm gonna get some blowback here, but a suggestion a friend of mine had was like because you have an iPhone, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You have a books app on your iPhone. Did you know that?
Sure.
Yeah. So you can just
I don't think
read
I've ever
books
used
on
it.
your phone. And then like a lot of them are free. So I
Oh,
started
so you're saying like use it, like read. I thought there was like a hack where you can post your videos through the books app.
yeah, I've been posting stand-up clips on the books app. In fact, it just transcribes my stupid jokes and puts them in book format. So it's like, hey, I haven't gone viral on any of the video sites, but maybe people will enjoy reading my jokes.
Oh my God, how
And it's
pathetic.
like kind of a sick thought I have every time I hear about a new social media site. I'm like, hey, maybe that'll be the one where I really blow up on. Like
Yeah,
hasn't happened on the previous 5,000, but
I'm gonna be the Matt Rife of Blue
right.
Sky.
Yeah.
Aaron joined Blue Sky today.
Tell her to follow me.
All right,
I'll follow
I
her.
will. All right.
I'm a blue sky guy. I never get any likes. I post the same stuff I post on like everything else. I post on blue sky. Nothing. Get nothing. And I still love it.
It's just because it's too new, right? Is it too new?
Who knows? I just, but as a consumer, I like it. You know,
Yeah.
it reminds me of the old Twitter,
Yeah. All right.
the social media talk.
Social media talk. What was your topic?
That Reddit's the best,
Oh yeah, yeah,
the
okay. Yeah,
last,
and I'm open to it.
the last good social media site.
Yeah.
And Nextdoor. If you just for comedy, Nextdoor is great.
Yeah, I can't. I gotta figure out my. I'm
You're
still in LA.
oh God.
I gotta re.
Can I read you the I screenshotted this
Yes, please.
Nextdoor thread. This is what made me laugh. This guy posts, "Hi, this guy named Phil Bergen. He lives in Mill Park, in Portland. He goes, "Hi, I'm a retired 30-year Navy veteran. I moved to Portland in 2020 to live with my son and his family." That was it. That's all he posted. He's just like introducing himself to the Nextdoor community, right?
Oh my God. Okay.
So Chris E from Gresham writes, "Welcome, Phil. Thank you for your service." And then Norma A wrote, "So you're single. Wow, 30 years. Got your land legs back?" Norma. And then he retired. He replied, "I guess widowed is considered single."
And are you just going along liking all these
Oh yeah.
interactions?
And I'm screenshotting, I'm sending it to the neighbors. Nobody else like everyone else thinks Nextdoor is kind of like toxic because people with the crime and everything, but
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
That's great.
It's my favorite. I take it back. Fuck Reddit. Nextdoor. I'm posting all my comedy on Nextdoor from now on.
Don't they get mad at you if you like promote shit on Nextdoor?
Yeah, I you know what? It actually occurred to me. I was like, man, I live in this community. I'm a comedian. They might like to see the show. They probably enjoy my show. I should post like a video and say, hey, I'm doing a show here in town or whatever. But I've never done it because I do get the sense that somehow I would violate some sort of
Yeah. All it'll
rule
take
or
is one person that doesn't want to be spammed to be like,
guideline.
nope, that's not why we're here. Everybody, come on, get them out.
I know
All
I
right, I know. I got something to run by you in post show on the
okay.
Patreon.
But really quick before we end, so when I do these shows where I produce them myself and I'm renting the venue,
Yes.
I did one in Bellingham on Friday. It was great. It went great. We sold a lot. It was perfect. But
Yeah.
when I do it, part of my like strategy is I like join every like what to do in Bellingham Facebook group that I can find, right? So it'll be
Oh,
like,
okay.
you know,
Yep.
nightlife in Bellingham, what to do in Bellingham, Whatcom County events, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'll post the event in those groups and say,
Groups.
hey, if you're looking for something to do Friday night, I'm a comedian.
Smart, smart, smart.
Well, sometimes, you can't just post in there. Oh my God. You have to be approved. And there's these administrators and they'll put you through a test and you go,
Yeah, the
do
questions.
you live here? What's your intentions? It's like, oh God, I'd hate to violate the sanctimony of the Whatcom County events Facebook group. God forbid someone posted an event that wasn't
Yeah.
up to the standards.
Yeah. Just a vagrant passing through.
But then you're desperate and you're just like, oh yeah, anything, whatever, whatever I just would love to be a part of the community.
Yeah, because you have to wait for them to accept you. You can't just
Right.
like click join and then you're in, right?
Yeah. 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 I mean, I guess they would get overrun with spammers, but it's still very annoying to me. Okay. You
That's
have a
true.
post show banners thing to talk about. I have a post show banner thing to talk about. We got to go.
Yes. All right. You got oh, you know what? Oh, it's already by the time this airs, it's already I'll have already performed with the Clarks in Milwaukee. So I'm going to plug
that last week.
Yeah, I plugged it last week. Oh, and there's only earlier today there was only 6 tickets left, so I think it worked. Goonies in Rochester, Minnesota, February 7 through 8, baby.
Okay, go to Goonies.
And Marinette. Oh, this Saturday, Marinette, Wisconsin.
Okay, I'll be at the Rolling Hills Casino February 1st, Saturday. It's in kind of the Sacramento area, Northern California.
Sure.
And then Valentine's Day, Bingen, Washington, beautiful Hood River area of Oregon, at the Bingen Theater. So
I love it.
Valentine's Day plans.
I love it.
Okay, that's it.
All right, folks.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to
The Cavalry.